one day somebody does something unspeakable to someone else, to someone you hardly knew, and you do something about it, because you can.
The story is brought to us from Syracuse.com, where a Camillus police officer was ticketed earlier this year after crashing his pickup truck and fleeing into the woods in the town of Scaniatellis. Scaniatellis? You people and your names. Larry LaValle, 37, of Jordan, was driving his vehicle at 10:51 p.m. on March 28 when he hit a mailbox. Now, according to Trooper Jennifer Giron, a spokesperson for the state police, the call came in as a rollover crash on Stump Road between Vinegar Hill Road and State Street in Onondaga County. Wires were knocked down and power was knocked out. A 911 caller reported the pickup truck was smoking and a man ran into the woods, according to the dispatch. Officers found the truck in the ditch, according to dispatch. And the sheriff's helicopter, Air One, was dispatched to search for the driver, whom they ended up finding. Officers reported the license plate to the dispatch center, and they identified it as belonging to LaValle, the truck. Now, a little while after the original 911 call came in, a person at 4499 Jordan Road called to report a person in the woods, which happened to be LaValle. That was about a mile from where the crash was reported. And it took about 30 minutes for LaValle, or took over 30 minutes for LaValle to be taken into custody. So he only made it a mile in 30 minutes. He never passed a PT test in the Army. Troopers gave him a roadside sobriety test, and he passed, according to Giron. The test, standard field sobriety test, includes horizontal gaze nystagmus, walk and turn, and the one-leg stand. The horizontal gaze nystagmus measures involuntary jerking of the eye, she said. If the officer feels someone has failed their field sobriety test, they may ask the operator or the driver to blow into a portable breath test. But there were no signs of impairment on scene, she said. LaValle was not given a breath test. How about that? Because he passed, I guess. George Hildebrandt, a defense lawyer who represents people accused of impaired driving, said, whether or not someone receives roadside tests is largely up to the responding officer. If the person shows signs of impairment, bloodshot eyes, odor of alcohol, or other factors, they usually then conduct standard tests and maybe other tests such as reciting the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, look at me, look at me. If the officer thinks the person is impaired, they give them a preliminary breath test and arrest them if there are signs of alcohol or if they don't pass the breath test, 0.08 here in California. Usually another test is given at the police station afterward. The test given at the station is the one admitted into court. If someone leaves the scene of an accident, that doesn't mean they are automatically tested for impairment, according to this lawyer. Sometimes someone might be afraid to get caught driving on a suspended license, or even are leaving to find a phone to call 911. But LaValle, that's what he should have said, man. My cell phone wasn't, no service. LaValle was ticketed with leaving the scene of a property damage accident and failure to keep right. Failure to stay on the road. Camillus Police Chief Michael Schreier confirmed that LaValle is an officer with the department and that the department is aware of his tickets. LaValle is not on leave, but he is on administrative investigation, which is being conducted at this time. So, I mean, what are you going to do? I've seen it where people do the FSTs and they don't get the breathalyzer. The cop says, okay, you did pretty good. You did good, whatever. But in this story, I just wanted to give it to you. I don't know why I'm hung up on it, but I'm hung up on the fact that in 30 minutes, this guy only got a mile. Like, in the Army, I don't know what the standards are now. When I was in, you had to do 2 miles in 15 minutes, or somewhere thereabouts, 14 minutes, whatever. This guy, man, was he crawling in the bushes?